Good evening and welcome to episode 46 of Nicola Valley Talk, a podcast provided by Tourism Nicola Valley, Experience Nicola Valley, and Experience Merritt. Nicola Valley Talk is broadcast live every Thursday at 7 p.m. from Merritt, British Columbia, Canada. Nicola Valley Talk is part of the award-winning Experience Nicola Valley program. It was awarded the 2021 Canada Prestige Award for the Best Marketing Program of the Year and the Best Community Project Award for communities under 20,000 people by the British Columbia Economic Development Association. My name is Melvina White. I'm your country lifestyle blogger with Experience Nicola Valley and your host tonight on Nicola Valley Talk. And working the control room is our famous eco-blogger, Tanya Stewart. Tonight, we're going to talk fishing with Lucky Bug Lures and Sophie and how easy they make fishing in waters of your choice, but especially in Merritt and the Nicola Valley with a lake a day as long as you stay. Let's put a big hand, let's put our hands together and give a big applause for our special guest tonight, Sophie Hughes, owner-manager of Lucky Bug Lures. And welcome to the show, Sophie.
Hi, Melvina. Thanks for having me. I'm
Oh,
happy to
you're
be here.
welcome. I'm excited about this. I'm hoping that I'm going to learn something about this fishing business so that I can show off when Wes David comes from the fishing show that we're going to be having.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what we're here for. I'm hoping to get you
Okay.
all caught up.
Fishing's always been a low-stress, high boastful activity, as well as how to figure out what hooks and lures you should use to avoid being skunked. Here to help give us some insight into the ins and outs is Sophie Hughes of Lucky Bug Lures. Sophie, could you take a moment and introduce yourself to the audience and share a little bit about who is Sophie and Robert of Lucky Bug Lure Company?
Well, my husband and I started this company a number of years ago, and a big part of the reason was actually so that we could fish for trout, particularly in the Okanagan and Merritt. Merritt's, my home away from home, and I love to fish the lakes there. And we started the Lucky Bug Lure Company. In fact, I remember naming the company. We were trying to come up with a name for it, and we were driving down the Coquihalla coming back to the mainland from Merritt, and we were like, what should we call it? Oh, I feel so lucky. And that's how our name was inspired, driving down through the beautiful mountain roadways. It's the rivers running past you. It's just so inspirational. So that's how we started our company, was because we love to trout fish. We love to freshwater fish, in particular in Merritt, BC.
I've been following the Lucky Bug Lure Company for several years, so probably from the beginning of its time. And it appears to me that the company just keeps growing and growing and has expanded its market immensely. What makes Lucky Bug Lures unique to the fishing industry and your competitors?
Well, I'd say one of the most unique things about our company is what we started our company on was our bingo bugs. And there's nothing else out there like our bingo bugs. That's, I guess, what the most important thing is. It's a hybrid lure. So a lot of anglers are gear anglers, or they're fly anglers, or they're a little bit of both, but you can't get something that's a gear and a fly piece of tackle. But with the bingo bug, you actually can. So our bingo bug is good for fly fishing or any other gear angling that you want to do, whether you're casting or trolling or jigging. That's kind of what makes us unique and sets us apart. And that's actually the uniqueness of those lures is actually how we started the rest of our products. We developed them based on that same the front end geometry. We started that, and we've applied it to our Lucky Plugs and our Fusions and our Zombie Max, and that's basically the technology that makes our lures so unique in the water and attracts so many fish. So if you're talking about trying to get in the water there, Melvina, we'll get you some of these lures that attract the fish. You don't even have to do anything. You just have to put the lures on.
That's what I was hoping.
But you have to have good waterways. And I have to say, there's a ton of lakes around Merritt. And, I'm a little biased because that's where I choose to fish in my just day-to-day life, there are so many amazing lakes in the local area. I know that the slogan for Merritt is, I think it's a lake a day as long as you stay, right? Is that what?
Yes, a lake a
Yeah.
day as long as you stay.
Yeah. And I think within an hour, you can get to one of 200 different lakes. So every day, and if you want to do 2 lakes in a day, you can do that. And they're so uniquely different. I mean, you can go to like the Nicola Lake, or you can go to Harmon Lake or Lumbum, and they've all got different fish in there, or Kentucky Lake. I mean, beautiful waters. You can get upper elevation waters, so many different choices. I have to say that's probably my favorite thing is the choices you get by going to this destination.
And Nicola Lake apparently has 23 different species in it altogether.
Yeah, it's an
That,
incredible fishery. It really is. And then you've got all these rivers too. I mean, the Coquihalla, you've got so many different waterways that you can be, within an hour, you're there and you're fishing and you're throwing a line in. And well, some people like to just enjoy, kicking back in their boat, while other people want to throw a line in. You can do both of those things. Makes it.
yes. We've got a question from Greg Gerard here. Where can we get the bingos in Merritt?
There are a few different places actually. There's uh, oh my God, gun fishing is the local, I guess, the place that you can get them there. And then there's also the Canadian Tire and the Walmart. But if you really want to get some good knowledge base, I always like to tell people, go to the local fishing store, the local tackle store. They'll not only get you set up on some bingo bugs and some like the rest of our products that work so well, but they'll also be able to tell you more about the waterways and what's working, what time of day to go, what people have been catching. So I would make my way there for sure. I'd go see those
Okay.
folks.
According to the stats in Canada, 2.5 million anglers fished within their home province or territory in Canada, and there were 628,000 visitors to Canada for fishing. In BC, the average spend per angler per trip is $1,100. You have watched as the fishing industry has morphed during COVID-19. The numbers show the economic boost to communities is obvious. What trends are you witnessing because of COVID-19 in the fishing industry?
So unique. There's been a lot of different trends, and it sort of depends on what part of the fishing industry you're in. For instance, with the boat makers, can't keep a boat in stock right now. And tackle, we're finding unprecedented sales in tackle, and that's due in large part to what I've seen is there's a lot of new anglers. There's a lot of returning anglers. So anglers that used to be fishing but now they're finding time, and they couldn't find time. Now they're finding time again to go fishing. So returning anglers, and there's also a big market of younger anglers, like the teens, the 20s, the 30s. There's a huge market for those anglers. So I'm seeing a huge growth. We haven't seen this many fishing licenses sold in anywhere in Canada ever. Like I hate to use the word, but it's unprecedented.
And I've been noticing on your posts of your Instagram pictures of a real young audience of fishing, and they're catching some serious fish with those lures out there.
For sure. The other thing that I'm finding is a lot more women are entering the fishing market right now. A lot more women, a lot more, not necessarily women that are, husband and wife team, actually just women alone going fishing and taking their kids fishing. So it's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Not something we've seen before. And they're getting boats and they're putting them in the water themselves. And yeah, it's definitely a growing segment. And I think one that's going to blossom. And it's not just going to be here for the next few months. It started last year, and I think it's going to be here to stay. I think people are sort of finding their roots in fishing, and this is where it's going. It's going big, and we're going to have a lot of anglers and a lot of just outdoors people. I think in fishing, you're seeing a lot more backpacking into upper lakes and stuff. You're seeing a lot of smaller boats, kayaks. Like kayak fishing is a big trend, and there's actually a lot more different fisheries happening right now than we've ever seen. And camping.
Well, it's definitely a relaxing sport, that's for sure.
Yeah, it can be pretty high stress too. If you got a
Well,
competition on the
if you
boat,
happen to get a fish on the line, I suppose.
that's fun. That's fun. But there are a lot of people, there's a lot of derbies right now too. The other thing that we've seen with COVID is these, it's a different way to do derbies. So they're remote derbies. People are taking more pictures of their fish. So there's a lot more cameras. Like cameras are selling out at places like crazy because that's how they're doing derbies right now, getting people on the water taking pictures.
Right.
Yeah, very fun.
Um, your products are available in many major chain stores and small specialty fishing and tackle shops across Canada and the US.
Yeah.
But what our audience may not know is that Lucky Bug lures are also featured on the extremely popular Fishing the Wild West TV show with Wes David. Your marketing for the Lucky Bug Lure Company is putting your product on the consumer shelves and TV shows. What are the keys to your marketing success?
Um, well, I guess, not to toot my own horn, but I guess that's what I have to do. I'd have to say our innovation, just being a little bit different. We came from, we didn't come from the fishing industry initially, so we didn't have any just the expectations a lot of people had of the fishing industry. I knew marketing. I come from a marketing background, so innovating an industry that had sort of been the same for a lot of years, I think gave us quite the edge. But also, I think just persistence, being a new business in a very old-fashioned industry was really hard to do. So being persistent, I think, has been very, very key for us. And then sharing our experiences, sharing other people's experiences, like you were saying, even just checking out our Instagram and our Facebook. We're What I love to do is I love to share the experiences of other people because it's not just about us. When we decided to do this company, it wasn't about the money, because if it was, I wouldn't necessarily be doing it. It's about the lifestyle. It's I love sharing what the earth, natural resources, all the outdoors, all of that stuff. And if we can make that experience um, a little bit better for just a handful more people, then we've done our job. But I know we've done that for thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of people, and that makes me super excited. That's sort of what I try and market to, is to try and make people enjoy their experiences, for sure.
And that's important. It is actually very important. Callie Langlos Torgerson says, my 8-year-old loves fishing. You could say she's hooked.
Smart. That's awesome.
And
Get them
Carrie
hooked young.
Horning from Calgary says, hello.
Hey, Calgary's got some great fishing too, but you got to come check out the fishing in Merritt. It is exceptional. Exceptional.
Yes.
Calgary's got some really good fishing, but they do not have the fishery that we do. We're a little bit lucky.
Canada has about a quarter of the planet's freshwater lakes and rivers. So Canada is well known for its fishing. What advice would you give to the people that are new to the fishing in the outdoors?
First of all, I'm a mom, so I'd say be careful. But I would also really urge people to go and inform themselves. Like I said earlier, if you're going fishing somewhere, I would contact the local mom and pop store that's there, the tackle store, and I would lean into them and I would say, what is it that I need to know? What kind of fishing can I do? Find out what the regulations are. Regulations are there for a reason. We're conserving a natural resource. So, if there's a catch limit, if there's a slot size, if there's, barbless or barbed hooks, you just need to make sure you follow all the rules so that we can have a fishery and sustain it for a long time. And like I said, I would urge everybody just to reach out to their local tackle store and talk to the people there. They know what the local regs are. They know what's happening. They know where to go. They know where the secret hot spots are. If you want to have a good day on the water, check them out, and then definitely tie on some lucky bug on your line, and you'll just have the blast.
Okay. um, what comes next for Lucky Bug Lures and Sophie?
Well, I'm hoping to get out more fishing. It's been so busy this year, like just in the beginning part of the year, just in the building. We manufacture everything. So it's been super busy. We've just been working overtime, working weekends. So really, I'm looking short term. I'm looking to come fishing soon, very soon. But we'll still be growing. I mean, for Lucky Bug, we're looking at expanding more into the States, but we've got a pretty good firm hold in BC, but I definitely want to keep growing. We're small. We want to get a little bit bigger, not too big, because I want to still be able to have fun and have a life. But that's our
And
goal.
fish?
And fish, absolutely. Take my family fishing. I've got 2 children in their teens that still enjoy fishing, so I want to get out on the water with them and my husband as often as possible.
Well, let's hope that that can happen for you.
Thanks, Melba.
Experience Nicola Valley, Experience Merit, and this talk show, Nicola Valley Talk, are part of the Tourism Nicola Valley program, which just won Best Community Marketing Program in Canada and Best Economic Development Program in BC for communities under 20,000. Sophie, I know you're all too familiar with Merit and the Nicola Valley marketing and some of the challenges through the years. What do you think of the Experience Nicola Valley program and what it brings to the region?
Oh, I actually don't even think it brings so much to BC, not just to the region. I think that what's going on there's something for everyone in Merritt. There really is. And every weekend, there's something different. There's an activity to do. There's a place to see. You can go hiking. You can go hunting. You can go fishing. You can go shopping. You can dine in at some fun restaurants. You can go golfing. I mean, you name it's there for you. You can go boating. I think that what Merit has done over the course of decades is really make them make themselves to be a real destination, a key destination, not just a through point where, I think many decades ago people drove through Merit. Now people stop in Merit. And I think that's been the key to the success, is encouraging people to stop and enjoy some of what Merit has to offer. Even if it's just a small part, if you don't have a long time, I really think that that's what Merit has done really well, and the Nicola Valley has really focused on.
I think one thing that has happened with this program is when I first came to Merit, their slogan was "a lake a day as long as you stay," but nothing was really happening with it. And I think that information for the fishing side of it is definitely getting out there through this program, and letting people know that we are an actual fishing destination. We
Absolutely.
do have a lake a day as long as you stay.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to people love to hook into kokanees. Kokanees are a really fun fish. If you're used to salmon fishing, they're really kind of fun, feisty fish. So easy. There's so many spots there. And if you want to get into rainbows, oftentimes they're in the same lakes. So, you can target different species in the same lake. And really, that's what Merit has been able to do for people, is provide them with a fun place to stay, to make sort of their home base camp out of, and then go and check out all these different places and explore all these fun things to do. There's so many things that I haven't even actually seen them all, to be honest, and I go there every year.
Well, I've been here for a few years now and I haven't seen them all. And
Yeah.
in the summer, I try and go to as many as I can, but yeah, I still have a lot more to go to.
Yeah. I really think that if people want to get some good fishing in, I think that Merit should be for sure on their bucket list and on their annual list. I think they should make an annual trip to Merit and try, you know, if they're going to go for a week, try 3 or 4 lakes that week. Then the next year, even if they're going to come 6 months later, try a different one. Because the other thing about Merit is you can actually fish year round.
I was just going to say that because we have the ice fishing as well.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to go on a skidoo, there's, tons of trails for skidooing and ATVing. So you can go and then you can, you know, put a line in and, when it's hard water season too. And I think people forget about that because, what I always think about with Merritt is I think it's 2,000 hours of sunshine a year. Like, it is just one of the sunniest, warmest, brightest places. I think people forget that it's got a really exceptional winter season too.
Yes.
You
Like
know?
I think the precipitation here is something like what, 4 inches or something?
Yeah, It's
per
crazy.
year? Like,
Yeah, it's not much.
no, it isn't.
Definitely a desert. Right now it looks pretty lush because we're just getting out of spring, but yeah, there's quite a few months where it is definitely a desert.
Yes, it
Tumbleweeds.
is.
But that
And
it's funny though, that hides all those beautiful lakes. People don't think about something like a desert having that many lakes.
yes, yeah, I never thought of it that way, but yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Um, okay, well, this has been great and great information, and thank you. And um, before we let you go, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience?
No, I'm just hoping that I see everybody up in Merritt when I go. So if you see my smiling mug on the lake, you make sure you reach out to me. I usually have a little bit of extra tackle if you've lost something, if you can't find something, or if you're just not hooking into any fish. I'm happy to share my knowledge. I'm happy to share my tackle. And, I just want to remind people, just be kind and be thoughtful and enjoy yourselves. I mean, we're going to have a great summer this year. I know it.
I think we will too.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing you when you get here.
I will I will come with bells on, Melvina.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for having
Sophie,
me.
for joining us tonight on the Nicola Valley Talk. It was a pleasure, and hopefully we see you soon.
Absolutely. Thanks again for hosting me and having me, and keep up the great work. I love what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Tanya, what do you think of this?
My, oh, it just makes me want to go out right now and go fishing. Like, and what a great lady, because she just totally she's kicking around in the back there, but she totally knows a lot about Merritt. Like, wow, like, and I never thought of that too, is all the lushness of Merritt hides a lot of our trees, and we are a yearly fishing spot, that's for sure.
Yes. So thank you to the viewers for joining us, and please continue to spread the word that we are the best resource in the Nicola Valley for tourism and small businesses. Also, please make an effort to follow, share, and comment on our Experience Nicola Valley Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and/or YouTube page. Make sure to tune in next week, June 3rd, when Gilbert Supply, Bumper to Bumper, Jay Barley and Brian Taylor will be our guest on Nicola Valley Talk. Remember, every Thursday night, join us, same time, same place at 7 p.m. right here on Nicola Valley Talk. Thank you for watching tonight. My name is Melvina White. I'm your country lifestyle blogger on Experience Nicola Valley and your host on experiencenicolaValley.com.
Wow, that was a great show. And Melva and Sophie, again, I applaud you guys for such a great show. And I hope to see you here, Sophie, in the future, which will be just amazing. So I am going to close it out by what I say all the time is to remember to reduce, reuse, recycle, and rethink, and leave no trace behind, because Merritt matters, as does the world. And we need to leave this for our children and our grandchildren, our future. So sweet dreams, Nicola Valley, and thank you for all your support, and take care, stay safe. Good night.